You can't have a gas stove. You can't burn wood logs in your fireplace. You can't pick up the underbrush. You can't do any of these things and burn off that underbrush because it's going to create too much CO2 emissions, and we're all going to die in 12 years, according to AOC. Wonder what the CO2 output is right now from that fire. All the houses are being burned, all the propane tanks that are exploding, all the vehicles that are being burned and exploding, all the plastics that are being burnt in the air. Look at the toxins and shit that's going on right now with that fire. But let me get back to it. So number one, LA is on fire. And, everybody's been watching this on social media. Every news pundit is talking about it. Every podcaster, X user, Facebook user, everybody's talking about it. But so far, I'm not hearing the key things. And I did hear President Trump speak, and he hit some of the key issues that we hit here in Arizona during our last fire and that we've talked about before. We've talked about on this show before. So Trump's on the right track. We've got some of the fire folks out there. They know what needs to be done. They can't do it. But let's talk about the malfeasance of office of the Democrats and the Democrat Party in California. So the fire hydrant's going dry. We heard Trump speak about that. We all know how Trump talks. He talks off the cuff, ready to go, and he speaks very plainly to the people because that's what we want to hear. We want to hear just no sugarcoated. Give it to us the way it is. So you heard him talk about fire hydrants going dry. That is absolutely happening. So when the fire apparatus hooks up to the pump, they hook up to the other end to the hydrant, there's either no water or not sufficient pressure to make the water go from the hose to the pump to the truck and so on. So where's that water at? LA, Southern California, they get a lot of their water from Northern California. They want to do more. That was blocked by the Sierra Club. Now, I will give credit where credit's due. Newsom did talk about a pipeline or an underground tunnel for water from Northern California to Southern California to include the LA and the Bay Area. That is a good idea. We have these canals and things in Arizona. We need more. We need to do a better job with water, but their additional runoff goes into the ocean. Now, they had several reservoirs and dams that they removed. They emptied the reservoir to protect the smelt in the ocean. Now, think about how much surface water and groundwater that is non-saline water that we're putting in the ocean for these smelt. It's got to be a drop in the bucket. We cannot be putting that much water into the ocean to make any freaking difference at all. And it's a smelt. It's a minnow that, they say, well, it's extinct in that part of California, not extinct anywhere else, just in that part of California. I don't care about the smelt. I care about the American people. The American farmers need water, but that's another mismanagement story for California to own, especially Newsom. So we got that going on. Then we got the LA Fire Department, which I'm sure you've seen it on the news. I thought about putting all the clips on there, but I hate to be redundant. Redundancy pisses me off, so I didn't regurgitate the clips like I see a lot of people do. But you saw the LA fire captain and their staff talking about diversity. DEI. They want to make sure they have the most diverse force they can have to get out and fight these fires. Guess what? They're not hiring anybody. They're turning away white males, and now they're asking anybody with any experience at all or anybody willing to lend a hand, come and lend a hand to the fire department out fighting the fire. They don't have the bodies and they don't have the equipment. Then you got Bozo Karen Bass, Mayor Bass cutting the budget almost $20 million. And to top that off, they sent their excess supplies. Now, you can look at this one or two ways. They sent old and excess supplies to Ukraine. We've done that in the military. We've done that in the States. When we have old and outdated equipment, even though it still may be good, we want to replace it. We want to replace it to taxpayers' dollars. So what do? We get rid of it and say we need more. Could have been that, or they could have been just, on the Ukraine bandwagon. But they got rid of the excess. They cut the budget. They employed the DEI theory and factor to the fire department. And where's it at? They're calling for help. They can't put out fires. They got no water. They got no employees. They have no equipment. And here we go.